Hello there, and welcome to Ramenkid Broadcasting, where today we're going to do Final Fantasy VII, my favorite Final Fantasy game, my first one. I bought it for $1, sold it for $1, and made it get it home. So now, let us enjoy the game. What? Hello, this is the Shinra Electric Power Company, here to bring you an important update from the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the remake you've all been waiting for. The remake that takes a portion of the game to take 23 years to complete. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Final Fantasy VII, the remake. Before I do anything, I'm going to go through the options, but for all of you, enjoy the music. Just so you're aware, I'm only going to be doing just past the first boss. So I'm actually not going to be doing much farther than what the first walkthrough really was. After that, I'm going to probably make another portion. But for now, let's just get ready to start the game and enjoy ourselves. So without further ado, let us begin. So the first thing you'll notice is the Buster Swords in the stone there. And the first thing it gives us is camera options, which inverted Y-axis you already should be aware of. It's up and down being reversed. Inverted X-axis, which, you know, it's left and right being reversed. And then eventually, I'll show you it here in a moment, the inverted X and Y, where if you want to be really weird, here you go, it will be like pushing up right and making it downward left. It's very interesting and annoying. And these are the difficulty options, but I'm going to just pick normal, and we'll begin with the beautiful opening right here. So you'll notice that I got the opening for the video from straight from here. And so the first thing we'll see after this is this train and Cloud riding on the roof of it. Very nice and beautiful, but the first thing he sees is us. So within this video, I'm going to simply put out my first impression, my thoughts, and whatever I can find in this video. The first thing we'll see is the battle menu, simply saying that squares are attack. These menus pop up very frequently, so I'll try and skip through them as much as I can. Like that's supposed to be 2 screens from the original game. Let's see. That's the team. Is that Claire? Claire Redfield from Resident Evil? I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. The controls are very responsive. They tend to just keep doing the same attack pattern as you do it. As you can see, I'm just spamming square there.
Was never in doubt. Drop the weapon. You got this.
He looks familiar. He sounds very familiar. So I think it's time I mentioned the active time battle, or the ATB. Ideally it's the gauge at the bottom there, you just saw it glow. As time goes on, or I do damage, it grows quicker and allows me to do commands faster.
Not bad.
As you can see, I'm having a little difficulty with my camera, but that's just me getting accustomed to it. It's no more than just the right analog stick and directing it behind your back, such as that. I gotta say, I love the attention to detail, how there's 2 of the same machine right next to each other. But like those 2 posters together, those 2 posters. But I do admire that they put in the detail for all the textures. Right here is me opening a box. Use it with triangle. Triangle allows you to talk to people, and the more you talk to them, sometimes they have different options. So we'll see that here in a little bit. But like, there's another box they're just scared about, so make sure you're always looking around. So L1 is your shortcut menu, and depending on what button you assign to it will give it the right command. As you'll see, I'm going to end up picking fire for my empty slot there. I find it odd that I actually have fire instead of ice. The original game you have ice. You pick up fire later on, so well, let's see what they do differently with all the materia. This is the main menu. The enemy intel is kind of like your Pokedex from Pokemon or your monster manual from Dungeons and Dragons. Their spells. I got, I think, just fire right now. Inventory, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, there's the party, just me, stats, what I got equipped, you know, basic necessities. Let's see, what else is there? By selecting the character, you can view its attributes, and you can see that the limit is cross slash, but my abilities are braver and focus thrust. But bravery was a limit in the first game, so that's kind of an odd thing. Basic manual, save and load. I'm just gonna skim over these a little bit. I'm gonna talk about the save and load feature though, because in the previous game you could only save at certain save points. Now you can save straight for the main menu, and that is the only way to properly save, to make sure you have a proper save, from what I gathered. I kind of forgot to go through the rest of this, so I'm just going to skip to the other features here in a moment. So with the other features, the enemy intel, you press the pad during the battle and it gives you intel. It's kind of like your scan or sense. The Moogle medals are new. I don't really know much about them other than you get special items from this guy in Midgar. I picked up 1 or 2 within my time playing, but I'm not sure if I recorded it or not. All I know is that they are a new item and a new feature to the game, so I hope to explore and discover what is new and exciting about them. Let's see. We're in the system area. The DLC here, if you pre-ordered it, you got these 3 with the pre-order, so you have to click on them and acquire them, otherwise you do not actually have them. So if you did not do that, I suggest doing so before you play. So is that really Claire Redfield? Like, really? Seriously? She looks really familiar to her. Strong resemblance. See, we don't get to name our characters, so I'm going to call him Sanosuke from Rurouni Kenshin. I'm guessing Carl, because of his voice. See? It's very fitting.
Real joy to work with, though.
Real joy to look at, too.
Here we go.
Looks are what people notice first.
You'll keep us safe.
Guess I'm
Right,
not on the same
Cloud?
page as people.
Wow.
I'd
They've
say
almost
you're
got
not
the
even
door.
reading the same book.
We're doing this.
We're done.
You'll
here.
keep us safe.
Or even the same.
Wow.
Give it a
They
rest.
almost got the door. We're doing this. We're really doing it. Man, I think I'm gonna be sick.
So as you can see, I talked to Wedge a couple times and he said different things, and you saw the dialogue come up. I couldn't talk to them, but you'll see that dialogue chat come up very frequently, and you'll see some of the cool stuff we'll encounter when we see the rest of Midgar. The vocals are actually really good with the lip syncing, and I actually will enjoy listening to it, as I hope you do as well.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
So Pseudo Claire opens the door, and you see them running just like they would in Resident Evil.
Wedge. You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
Hopefully this game is as well. Now we get the iconic shot of Cloud in front of the Shinra Tower in the middle of Midgar. So one of the features in the battle is this punish mode. I'll get more in depth with it during the boss battle, because there'll be more time to talk about it. More importantly, as you see, the environment is totally destructible, and wait, what? The boxes are indestructible. I cannot believe this. Wait, is that a drum solo? As you can see, I have the box shaking because of its boundaries, I guess, and because it won't sit properly. So I guess it just runs at its own rhythm. It's so catchy, we're gonna listen to it just for a little bit. Next, I ended up trying to stack a box on top of Conan, and as you can see, it fidgeted and just started glowing until it became a space. But, you know, I ended up finding something even more interesting, is that if you end up moving even closer into the corner, it disappears. Where'd it go? Oh no, I broke the game. Nope, the box is still there. now that we're done playing with boxes, let's take a quick look around. Let's see, is there anything over here? Nope. Just gonna keep pressing that X button till I get something.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? And we're good.
Careful in there.
So I wonder who is her secret informant. Those boxes you slash and get stuff from, those you open and get other stuff from. But as you can see, she runs just like they would in Resident Evil. That's very interesting.
Security is only going to get tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
Well, duh.
Only gonna get tighter, so be ready.
I don't know why I bothered to ask him a second time. Let's see what else is there. I guess we're gonna talk Jesse.
Elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
Oh, so it is just like Resident Evil. 2 people to push an elevator button. Well, here we go. Enjoy the cutscene.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
Tifa and I...
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Say that again!
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
Our lives are on the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Gonna throw your sword
So if you notice during the cutscenes, I don't really talk much. I try and balance my audio with it all, but onto Barrett, as you can see, he is a long-range weapon user. That is the same as the last game, obviously. He has a gun for an arm. The overcharge is like just a boost. It takes time to charge it up, but you can press triangle to charge it quicker, but if you do that, you're not obviously attacking. You hold square to actually fire a continuous stream until it cycles out. I'm not too good with Barrett myself, to be honest with you. I gotta say, I love what he says in combat. Not to mention just outside of combat, he's ridiculously hilarious.
Come on! Damn it! See ya!
This is the switching menu. You use R3 to lock on it, and you use left and right to switch between, I believe, your enemies, and up and down to switch between your allies. It's either that or the other way around. But as you can see, I'm just blasting some enemies away with Barrett's little gun arm there. Wow, he actually says ass. I'm kind of impressed at the moment that that's the first swear I hear, compared to it being scribbles and code.
I'm counting on you! Do your job, Merc!
Shut up and move over.
Ain't got nothing on me!
So after defeating the enemies, you go down these stairs and you know what you find?
What we have here.
The laser security system.
Freaking lasers.
Hurt more than you tried if you're careless.
But you know what, I'm just gonna skip pretty much all of that footage for you because it's not worth showing. You can just kind of run through it all. It's not too hard. You can even walk through it as long as you time it right.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
She would like that, I bet, wouldn't she? So after everything with the lasers, you encounter your, in a sense, mini-boss for this stage, if you were to call it a stage. But this is the sweeper, and he slides and shoots.
Junk is a heavy weapons platform.
As you can see, I try and attack the backside of it and just kind of go around it quickly like I would in Mario 64 trying to get Koopa's tail or something. Now we got another menu saying that I need to refill my health because I got hit, so yeah, it's going to do that a couple times. But I will end up using a potion here shortly. See? Just trying to figure out the command menu, so as you can see with the enemy's health, it goes down, but that bar below it goes up, and until it gets full, it ends up doing this. It staggers and it stuns the enemy, so this is where you would want to be using that Punisher mode, or punishment mode, or whatever it's called. But this is where you want to do it because it's stunned, so you want to use the heavy attacks. That's what it is. The Punisher mode is the heavy attack. Makes you move slower, but it is the heavy attack. You press circle and you can dodge, evade, whatever you want to call it. I'm not 100% perfect at the timing with it, as you can see. After hacking and slashing on the sweeper for a while, I finally ended up defeating it. And then shortly after all this, Cloud and Barrett have an interesting discussion about his age.
What are you, 20-something?
First.
Huh?
Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Mm-hmm. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
I also found these barrels, and just like the boxes before, they are too also indestructible. I guess Cloud Sword is nothing more than a lightsaber from Fallen Order. And this is a walkway from Resident Evil 3. Look at her run. She is running just like Claire or Jill or Shiva or whoever else is in Resident Evil. That's the Mako reactor that we're gonna blow up.
That's our target, the reactor core.
I just said that, Jesse. Now we're gonna enjoy some gold from Barrett.
God damn. I can practically taste democracy. Hurry it up. My heart's pounding like a jackhammer.
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Now I'm gonna bring up the map. It is very straightforward, much like any other game that you would be playing. You discover areas, but in this case, the map gives you a brief silhouette of it. As you can see, I'm going to discover something a little interesting that I'm going to show you here in a second. Let's see. That is the checklist. Ideally, your objective. I did not even notice it until I did this, so it's not the biggest deal if you missed it so far.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight. Leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck.
So this was one of the things I caught, was that warning sign. I was confused about this until after I started making this video. The map says I can go there. Clearly, I mean, there's still space there, so I don't know why it's stopping me. Like, you can see me moving from like closer to the edge, and it forces me to turn right back around. Like, that was the game doing it itself. Well, I don't see a restore materia there. They changed the ice to fire, and now I don't have restore materia here. If you would like to skip the boss battle, you can click to 42-44, but I'm going to talk about the boss itself and the rest of the game, some features that I may have overlooked. So, enjoy.
Go on. Do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job! What's wrong?
I'm fine. What about the timer?
You got two options, 20 or 30 minutes. I personally pick 30. And then the boss battle begins.
That long enough for you? You double-crossing!
Heads up!
What in the hell?
So that intro was very interesting.
It's got reinforced armor plated, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
Well, I only have fire magic, so unless Barrett has the lightning magic, that is my only concern. That's the search scope, so I'm assuming he's about to attack me.
We barely scratched the damn thing.
Didn't I tell you to use magic?
Thought you were full of shit.
Think whatever you want. Just do it.
Trying to get Barrett to simply use magic, and here I go.
Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up.
Well, he likes to jump up, he'll shoot at you, he has this tail that he'll attack. And that's how you get some free shots in. Just make sure you get away from him quickly. I kept trying to use the command menu so I can simply just keep myself alive, as well as use some heavy attacks. Well, I could at least. You'll notice throughout the video that he's going to actually take down my health quite a bit throughout the entire battle, practically to the point where I will use almost all my potions. And for now, I'm using Barret as his long range just to try and keep my distance, see what happens, and hopefully deal more damage with that overcharge. See, I'm going to try and cast some more thunder. What's he doing? He's crawling on the walls, dancing like a kung fu master and sliding around. What the heck? Neither have I, and I've played this, well, I played the original game for many years, to the point of actually finding Game Shark codes to have Aerith and Sephiroth in your party. But beyond the point, with this, I'm just getting blasted by missiles, and even if I try and evade, it's a matter of getting like maybe 1 or 2. In this case, I'm getting like 3 or 4, but it's challenging, but at the same time not hard. Like, I guess Cloud here can't hit him while he has that barrier. Yep, just said it. So I guess it's nothing but Barret. Let's see. Gonna use a potion on Cloud. And as you can see, those meters on the right side, near the MP, I believe, is your limit break. So the more damage you take, the higher it gets, if I'm not mistaken. So to take out the barrier, you have to be Barret and shoot the field generator that is underneath. You're about to see me shoot at it and throw a grenade at it here in a second. But it didn't seem too difficult to really pull off. I just kept going at it a couple times, and eventually it just went down. Like, see, I could have tried to avoid that, and I'm trying, but it's just pointless. They just lock onto you. I'm not sure if I took fire damage from that. Oh crap, he's on the wall again. See, I got hit by like 2 there. And it's just going to keep on coming. So, quite frankly, I think that's going to be the biggest damage dealer you get are these freaking missiles. Because, I mean, look, see, I'm about to use another potion on myself. Oh, another one, so that's not good.
Damn pain in the ass.
I'm trying. It's not easy with a gun attached to your arm and the thing jumping from wall to wall to floor to wall, firing missiles at you that you can't really evade because they keep hitting you because they lock onto you. So I'm just gonna keep blasting at the big scorpion and heal up here, I guess. Use another potion. Oh. But I just noticed that Barret has the cure. So I think here in a moment I'm gonna end up using it if I have to, so I don't have to use my potions, but I didn't realize it until much later. I didn't think I'd have a restore spell because I didn't pick up the cure materia that was lying in front of the Mako reactor like it would be in the first game. Oh cool, he's staggered and stunned, so I'm trying to take out what I can. See, I'm going to use the Braver, and the way you take him down at this point is to just try and break his legs down. Kind of hard to do when he jumps around though, and does this. That's not helpful to anybody. Well, yeah, we already know that, but see, I ran far away from it because I didn't play the demo, so I didn't know what to expect. So I just got blasted by that thing.
Strike now before it fires again.
Another potion. Another potion. I got lucky and only got hit by like 1 or 2 of those. And see, as soon as I get back across, he's on the wall again, firing more of these things at me. So I'm going to just keep on attacking it, and if I can get close enough to it, man. There goes my limit break. Yeah, see, the meter is flashing, so that's the limit break symbol, I guess, and now it's gone, which means I did it. And I did his as well. His goes by a different name. It's called Fire in the Hole, but originally it was called Big Shot. Man, he just likes to unload a lot of projectiles. If you keep your distance, he doesn't hit you with his tail or his jumping. But now that I know about the debris, I'm gonna just stand behind it. Come on. Yes, it held long enough. Just gotta keep firing. See, I try to evade and my timing's just off. I need to play a little more as him. He seems a little slower than Cloud. Now hide behind debris. So am I. Wait, what's it doing now? What are you doing? That's not good either. Looks like you're no? You're not allowed to heal yourself, only I can do that. I think I just ended up using the cure spell if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm just gonna keep blasting away regardless, and hopefully I survive long enough. I keep accidentally pausing every now and then. See, he's healing himself again. He's not allowed to do that. So we're just gonna keep slashing. And trying to dodge the electrical field. But you see, if you're close, you're not really being affected by any of his projectiles. Let's see.
And down goes another.
And that's the boss.
Shit, the bomb!
30 minutes until the destination.
Well, that was it.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on.
No.
We've got to move.
We did it. First try. Now that the boss is done, you start your escape. And the timer finally begins because it was not during the boss battle. As you can see, Barrett has become like the boxes I mentioned from earlier. My head is currently up his butt. And I beat him up the ladder. Like, look at that. I'm going faster than the game wants me to. Now you have just a regular basic battle. Just try and kill everything you can. As you see, I'm just trying to book it for the ladder because it said that if you can run away from enemies out of their wayfind, or whatever you want to call it, their range, that they'll just give up. But clearly that was not the case, and I was accidentally in Punisher mode when doing this, so it took a little longer than I wanted. But now I can climb up the ladder and everything's okay. Well, I spoke too soon. Now I gotta go save Rebecca's butt. Now I just gotta shimmy over a little bit. A little more. Come on. A little more. Oh, there we go.
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you? My hero.
Hey! We'll link up over there! Look after Jesse!
Come this way. This route should lead us straight to
Well, he said himself, keep Jessie safe, even though I'm going to call her Rebecca. And this is, I think, where Cloud and I both agree that this particular one needs to shut up. I got to the ladder so quickly that I am now in her ass. I'm currently eating her ass. And she bent over with my head in it.
We're running out of time.
Shut up and climb. You're not helping.
Sorry, it keeps me focused. I'll freak out if I don't talk.
Have it your way.
See, what did I tell you? We both want her to shut up as much as you do. All in all, the game is fun. It's not monotonous or tedious yet. The difficulty is not, challenging, but at the same time not easy. Somewhere in the middle. For the record, right here is where the level ends and the timer becomes pointless. As you can see, 20 minutes was more than enough.
Sir.
Well, that's new. I did not expect that, but at the same time, I probably should have. So, I wonder how that's going to add to the new story.
Can you walk?
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
I'll take that as a yes.
And they thought they were safe. And then Ninja Cloud returns.
Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, come on.
Looks like we made it. And with nothing but a few scratches to show. Think you might have overdone it?
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece.
But the planet's what matters, right? I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8?
That'd be just down there.
All right then, lead the way.
You got it. Huh.
He definitely sounds like Carl, like...
Watch out for live wires. They're everywhere.
Seriously, Carl from Jimmy Neutron. Or at least someone like him.
Air in here reeks. Can't wait to get out in the open.
I was there before them, and I had to wait for all of them. Wow.
What is that? I've never smelled anything so foul. Oh, it's me.
Huh.
Something about that. Soon.
Old Spice. For the manly man inside of you. Not the cowardly chicken that you show in front of everyone.
My guts.
They just keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Yep. So, the graphics here are quite lovely. I enjoy their attention to detail. The way out was different, like to rescue Jesse in the original game. That was optional, but if you didn't do it, you died. You see me opening a box now. In this case, it was scripted that you had to help her, so you couldn't lose the game that way. So, I'm going to have to make a second portion to get the rest of the footage I have that follows this, which isn't much.
That's about as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
Good, they're setting a bomb.
Can't wait to take a hot shower.
Good, we're tired of smelling you. Once again, the battle is fantastic to have. The controls are very nice and responsive. I'm having a little difficulty walking around, but the game itself seems very well intact, unlike this door's about to be. So, honestly, I'd personally buy the game. And maybe a new door. And, quite frankly, I think with how this is, I have great things to look forward to. Just like these characters do. Right? Right?
Attention all citizens. This is an alert from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako Reactor 1. Multiple explosions have been confirmed, as well as ongoing fire. In response, a disaster warning has been issued in Sectors 1 and 8. Structures in the area are at high risk of collapse, rendering the entire sector hazardous. Therefore, all residents of Sector...
No. No way.
This couldn't have been us, could it?
But what if it was?
What's done is done.
Merc's right. It ain't pretty, but we can't stop now. This was just the first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
Yeah. We always knew this was gonna get messy.
And this is only the beginning.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice. Though you may not be crying out, I know you're in pain, just like the planet. But it's okay, cause I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders. Your fears, your worries, your concerns, and yes, your feelings. Whatever your problem, I got
So to leave on a final note, I want to say that the music inspires nostalgia. That is, in my opinion, the perfect way of saying we're back. Hop in for the adventure of a lifetime. And that is what I hope you all intend to do when you play this game, is hop in for a new adventure. And not money.
We'll split up and shoot for the last train home.
Money is bad. Greed is the root of all evil.
Hey, I'd like my money now.
You can have it once we're back at base.
So that's it for this video. I will see you next time in my part 2. And I hope you enjoy this review of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hello, this is Ramenkid once again saying I hope you enjoy this video, and hit that like and subscribe button for more. Click the bell if you want to get those notifications automatically, and if not, just enjoy this epic guitar song. So if not, have a great day, be well, stay safe. What are you still doing here? That's it. The video's over. I'm done. There's no more. Not until part 2. So, seriously, you should probably pick another video. Go ahead. 'Cause I'm done. This is the end.